How do I sound?
Mic check 1 2.
How do I sound? We sound
Hey
good?
guys, it's your girl Sherry. I want to thank y'all to another episode of the Say That Sherry podcast. Yes, I'm outside today.
Yep, we are.
So we done switched it up a little bit on y'all. That's kind of the reason for the delay. I'm so sorry, guys. Because we was, mixing up the market, right?
Right.
And with me, I have today the most gracious, most wonderful, most awesome co-host anybody could ever ask for, Miss Jennifer.
You're the bomb. I love you.
I love you too.
Girl, it was a bug on my toe.
It was a bug on
That's
your
what I
toe
get for
because
not
we
having on
outside.
these
Yeah,
shoes.
I live around a lot of wildlife. And so
Yes,
if
you
y'all
do.
hear some things or y'all see some things, we outside. We
Yep.
just wanted to switch it up. It's such a beautiful day. It has been a gorgeous day all day today.
Yes, it has been.
Especially after that whole rainstorm yesterday that knocked out
Man.
people power and stuff. Sorry if y'all don't have no power.
It knocked my power out today.
It did? How wait a minute?
Because a tree fell on the power line last night. So when when DTE sent the tree company to fix it, it bumped it out.
What?
Because it fell completely.
Oh man.
So yeah, I was annoyed because they said that my power wouldn't be back on until Sunday. I got kids.
Sunday.
I got kids who need snacks,
Right.
who need breakfast.
Breakfast.
I can't do it. I can't do till Sunday.
Sunday.
But it came back on.
Amen. Amen. Yeah, sometimes, DTE, they've been pushing out their dates now. 'Cause
Yeah,
they've been trying
right.
their best not to be like.
It'll be on in 30 minutes, and then it
right,
ain't
and
on
then
in 30 minutes.
Yeah, they've been trying to make
I got
sure,
you. Yep.
you know what I'm saying, to not overpromise us.
Exactly,
So,
exactly.
they be like, if we just tell them 4 or 5 days out and we get it on sooner,
Right.
everybody's happy.
Exactly.
So,
Okay.
yeah, totally understand.
So
Yes.
here is my icebreaker since we outside and all.
Okay.
Y'all don't know this, but before we sat down, Sherry sprayed her whole body with off. I mean, head to toe. I don't think you missed anything.
No, I did.
Okay, so since I saw you do that, I'm like, I wonder if she would go camping. Would you ever go not glamping? I mean camping.
Like, okay, so what you mean? Like,
I'm
for
talking
real,
about
tents,
roughing
everything?
it. Sleep in a tent, bring your sleeping bag, get you a pillow.
Truthfully, yes.
Would you really?
I would.
I'm surprised.
I'm an indoor-outdoor girl.
Okay.
Yeah, so like I like four-wheeling and I like zip lining and I
Oh,
like all of
okay.
that stuff
Okay.
anyway. So
Okay.
like I would totally go camping.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I'm not.
I would go sleep outside I had a tent and everything and everything.
You ain't afraid of bugs getting in there? What if something bite you?
Well, hopefully
Like a
don't.
little snake or something?
Well, hopefully don't. But I got snakes out here.
Why you ain't tell me that?
I do. They little garden snakes.
It's snakes out here.
It's snakes out here.
Why you ain't Sherry.
I told you, like I live on everything.
Snakes
I do
out
have
here.
snakes out here.
Okay
They gonna
then.
be playing with
Listen, if y'all see me jump up and run, it's because a snake has slithered on over here. I don't like snakes.
You don't like?
No, I'm a
I
look.
used to have a pet snake.
What? I
Yeah,
learned something
his name
new
was
about
Fred.
you. Why you name the snake Fred?
I used to have a pet snake. His name was Fred. And then I had another snake. His name was Deuce.
Fred and Deuce.
Yeah.
I'm actually surprised.
Yeah.
You surprise me every time we do a show with some new information. Okay.
It's been a long
Okay,
time, but I
okay,
did have
okay.
pet snakes. Like, and I used to you had to put the little mice in there, and they had to eat it. And everything else. It's fascinating to watch. That.
Is it?
Yeah. Have you ever seen a snake attack
I don't
a
want to
mouse?
see it.
Oh yes.
I don't want to see it.
But sidetrack.
That's crazy.
What's on your mind?
Okay, so today I wanted to talk a little bit about excellence.
Excellence.
Yes.
Okay.
Operating in the spirit of excellence.
Okay.
So, like, I guess, let me see. When I
Spirit
think of
excellence. What do we think about with the spirit of excellence?
well, first let me ask you, have you ever described anything or anyone as like being excellent? Because I'm sure you have, but I want to know what you're describing as excellent.
To me, if I had to describe somebody as excellent,
Okay.
I think my leaders
Okay.
are like a good, my spiritual parents. I really
Okay.
think that they are a great example of excellence.
Mm.
Now, does that mean that they're perfect?
Right.
No, I'm not saying that they're perfect. 'Cause
Okay.
People confuse excellence and
That's
perfect,
okay.
right?
Let's talk
So
about that
I'm
in a
not
second.
saying I'm not saying that they're perfect, but the way they do things and how they operate, they do it in just complete excellence.
Okay.
They do it mindful.
Okay.
of people. They do it mindful of God. They do it mindful of their purpose. So I would say that is a spirit of excellence.
Okay, so you brought up excellence and perfect. What's the difference between the two for you? Because I know, I Google everything, and just because I like to have the technical definitions, but you have an idea in your head of what excellence is, and then you have an idea in your head of what perfect is. I think of perfect as being like without like fault, and excellence, I just think of it being something that's like great. What do you think it is? Like the differences?
Perfect to me would be more or less like, it doesn't mean that it's without fault. It just means that it was in line. So everything lined up the way that it should have. That's perfect to me.
Okay.
So when we look at certain situations and things and stuff that we do, we always want this perfect, right?
Okay.
But what is really perfect?
Right.
Sometimes the imperfect part of something is exactly perfect because it's exactly what God wanted to happen.
Okay.
It's exactly what the purpose that was supposed to be done.
Okay.
So therefore, if that's the case, it's perfect.
Okay.
Right?
I got you.
So I look at perfect as, did the mission get accomplished? Did the goal get done? Then it was perfect.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. What about excellent?
Excellence, the way I see excellence is in what spirit and what mindset was it executed. That's excellence.
In what spirit and mindset?
That it was executed. So basically, if you're doing something, or if I'm doing something for you, do I do it for you grudgingly, or do I do it for you with a good mindset? Do I do it for you happy? That's operating in excellence. If I come in on, I'm going to do the best job I can for Jen because Jen hired me to do something for her. Jen asked me to do something for her. And it don't even have to be necessarily hired. You could just ask me to do something. You say, Sherry, you know what I'm saying? Bring me the macaroni.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right, okay.
I'm going to make sure that I do everything. I'm going to put as much love in that macaroni as possible because why? I want to do everything I do in excellence. So I believe it's the spirit and the mindset in which you operate in that exudes your excellence.
Okay.
Can y'all hear us okay? I hope y'all mic check 1, 2. Everybody good on there?
Okay.
Okay, cool. I'm just making sure. You're making sure.
Okay, so.
Because we outside, y'all.
Yeah, I
so
know.
I'm a little thrown a little bit, right? Because I'm like.
Did you hear the.
Right. We get back here golfing behind us and everything. I live on a golf course, y'all. I'm sorry.
Yes,
so if you
yes,
see
she
random
does.
people in the shot, I'm gonna put the disclaimer out there. They're golfing, and this is what they're doing. Okay, all right. They might come through. They might be a little loud because when you're on the last tee,
We can be louder
the whole time that they've been playing. I'm just saying. I'm just warning y'all. Okay, go ahead. Continue.
Okay. So I've never thought about excellent being or excellence and like perfect in that way before.
Okay.
So you actually kind of gave me something a little bit different. So what you're saying is excellence or being excellent is the spirit in which you do something. And perfect is, I guess I'm paraphrasing, kind of like about the timing of it all or being imperfectly perfect. Am I headed down the right road?
You headed down the right road.
Okay.
Because think about it like this, right? Somebody says, he's perfect for me, right? Yet he's somebody's ex-husband.
Right.
So he wasn't perfect for that person,
Okay.
but he may be perfect for you,
Right.
right? So, so one person may say, he ain't perfect. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't nowhere near perfect. He was a terrible husband.
Okay.
I would have never, you know what I'm saying? I
Okay.
don't know how she married to him.
Okay.
Right? But I would say he's a great husband.
Right.
Right?
Okay.
Because he's perfect for me. It's my timing. It's my position. It's my place. This is us, right?
Right.
So therefore, yeah, you know, everybody got their differences. Everybody gonna argue, do whatever. But at the end of the day, I wouldn't rather argue with nobody but him. You feel what I'm
Right,
saying? So he
right.
might be imperfect in certain things or certain
Right.
areas, or he might be imperfect in a sense, but he's perfect for me. You feel what I'm saying? So everybody looks at perfect as without flaws, without blemish, everything just went great. You know, our weather is perfect right now.
It
right?
is,
It's
yeah.
beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Some people might say it's too hot out here for
Yeah.
them. You know, some people might say it's too many bugs out here for them. Whatever the case may be. This is why we got the candle going.
Yes. This is our tiki.
Yeah, our little tiki candle. But it's perfect for us.
Right.
It's perfect what we're doing. It's perfect how God set everything up for this particular day. And we didn't try to shoot yesterday with a monsoon going on outside.
Right.
I don't
Yeah,
know
that
what
was
happening.
terrible.
It was terrible,
Okay,
right?
yeah.
And I was driving in that. Like I
Were
couldn't see
you?
but 2 cars ahead of me. I was
didn't
on the way to
stop?
the airport. Yeah, it was crazy.
Okay.
But it's perfect for us right now.
Right.
Is what I'm saying.
Right. No, I got you. Okay, so thinking about what you just said and operating in the spirit of excellence, right? As I sit and think about it, I don't know that a lot of people think that way, which kind of prevents us from showing up as our best selves, I guess. And I think that it's just like a distraction, because I'm trying to figure out, like, well, why wouldn't we have that mentality, right? And I can only think of, like, maybe people being distracted. But what do you think are some of the things that prevent people from operating in the spirit of excellence and showing up as their best selves?
Because they rather complain than to praise.
Complain versus praise. Okay.
So instead of being in a mindset of, I'm going to be great no matter what, I'm going to have a great day no matter what, I'm not going to let the little things get on my nerves, I'm not going to let every single small thing distract me or get me off, I'm going to stay in a positive mindset, I'm going to stay prayerful, I'm going to be praising my way through this whole day. I'm going to just be thanking him for all my victories, no matter how big or how small they are. You know, we get caught up on the big win. We get caught up on the big victory. But it's a lot of little small victories that happen throughout our day that we don't recognize, right? And if we concentrate sometimes, and some days you have to. Today was one of them days. I had to concentrate on my small victories.
Yeah.
I had a whole lot of stuff going on today. And if you was to sit down and say, tally up something, you would say, dang, Sherry, you had more bad stuff happen today than you did good stuff. And I look at it in reverse. I say, well, I still got stuff to be thankful for. I
Yeah.
still got stuff to be praising him for.
Yeah.
So I'm going to concentrate on my praise versus my complaints, right?
Yeah.
And then you have to just get into a space and an area to where, I don't know, pick a room in your house, right? Or pick your car, or pick a private space where complaining cannot take place there. You are not allowed to complain.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
So whatever you're going through, whatever you're facing right now, whatever you're having a challenge with, right there saying, you know what? I'm going to be happy no matter what.
Right.
I'm going to be thankful no matter what. Whatever negative thought come in my mind, say, no, I don't see that happening. God always take care of me. I know
Right.
I got a lot of stuff going on. I know the bills is piling up. I know this is happening, that's happening. I got all this stuff going on. But you know what? I'm going to trust God. And I'm going to be happy, and I'm going to praise, and I'm going to get in a place of peace on no matter what goes on. And the reason why I say go somewhere and do that, because you go everywhere else, and even if you're not complaining, somebody else is complaining. Even if you're not feeling it, somebody, you know what I mean? Like, you could be in a great mood, and
Yeah.
somebody could be in a funky mood and
Yeah.
transfer everything they got on you.
Yeah,
You be like-
absolutely. Yeah.
So sometimes you got to pick a place where you could just go be by yourself.
Right.
Right? Close the door. You ain't got to talk to no. I don't care if it's the bathroom. I don't care where it is. Just
Right.
go somewhere. If you got to go hide in your closet
Yeah.
from them kids, you know what I'm saying? Because the kids be looking for you.
Man, don't they?
So even if you got to go hide somewhere from them kids, go somewhere and close the door.
Yeah.
And get somewhere and say, you know what? I'm just going to praise.
Yeah.
And just really start thanking God and start looking at every good thing you got going on versus every bad thing that we got going on. See, if we set our spirits right, we'll be more apt to operate in excellence.
If we set our spirits right, we'll be more apt to operate.
Don't let
in
everything
excellence.
vex you. Don't let everything get under your skin, right?
Okay.
So if we set our spirit right before we go into somewhere, before we got an atmosphere, before we got to talk to people, before we got to work, before we got to do this and say, listen, the best outcome is going to come out of whatever's about to happen.
This
Can we
sound like
always assume the best?
yes,
No, we don't.
We
We're very
can.
pessimistic though.
we can,
We
but you're
always
right.
assume the worst.
We do.
right?
We do. We typically approach a situation like, okay, let me make sure this doesn't happen, that doesn't happen, this doesn't happen. You're right. You're right.
Yeah, right? But what if you just say, you know what, it's the best. If it rains on your wedding day, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
stuff starts to happen. It was so funny because I was talking to a young lady yesterday, and she was telling me how messed up her wedding was. She was like, our wedding was terrible. And I
Really?
was like, was it terrible? She was like, it was fights that broke out at the wedding. I said, at the wedding? She was like, yeah. So she was telling me how terrible her wedding was, her actual wedding was. And I said, oh, look at it like this. It's people that have beautiful weddings, right? They have no problems, no flaws, nothing goes on wedding day, and they can't stay married.
But a terrible marriage, yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yep.
I said, look at it like this. I said, that day just set the whole tone.
Yeah.
Because y'all stuck through
Y'all
that.
could
that
go
day.
through some
did
things.
Did not blame each other.
Yeah.
Wasn't arguing with each
Yeah.
other because this, that, and the other happened, right? That day was imperfect, but it was a perfect setup for their marriage. And they're
Right.
still married to this day. They're getting ready to celebrate 10 years.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
and they're happily married. Amen. So that's a plus. But yeah, so if we can just look at all of our good stuff more so than our bad stuff.
Okay. So, looking at the good stuff versus the bad stuff.
Think about it like this. How many times you been like, they got one time to say something to me crazy? I'ma show up over here.
Me? No, I'm like-
They got one time say something to me crazy. See, you already going there with the attitude that you about to go in on 35.
I need to go out. Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
You already coming with the attitude. This is about to be 10. We about to go in on 10, right? So if you already planting these seeds and having this mindset, why are you shocked when the atmosphere is disrupted when you get there? You said
Right.
it before you came.
Right.
But if you set the tone and say, you know what, everything is going to be well, everybody's going to have a good time, everybody's going to be in good spirits, we're just going to show up and we're going to have a great time no matter what happened. No matter what happened, nobody's going to vex us. No matter what happened, we're not going to argue with nobody. We ain't going to debate nobody. I get up and walk away first before I sit there and argue
That's
with you.
hard for people.
I know. That's why you got to coach yourself before you get there.
So
you got to
everyone-
be pep talking.
Okay.
Before we get there. See, we don't be we pep talk, but we pep talk the wrong thing. See what I'm saying? I'm serious.
I know what you're saying. I
You
wish
know
I
what
wish
I'm saying.
would.
Right.
That's your pep talk?
That's your pep talk.
That can't be your pep
You're
talk.
right. That's your pep talk. You like, they show her. She got one time to say
Right.
something.
Yeah,
Soon as
yeah,
she
yeah.
say something,
Yeah.
I'm going in.
Right. Yeah. No, you're right. Okay.
You feel what I'm saying?
Okay.
So if you show up to somewhere basically looking for a fight,
you gonna get it.
why you mad when you find a fight? Right? But if you show up looking for peace, if you show up looking for some harmony, if you show up looking and say, you know what? I'm gonna set the atmosphere before I get there. Everything is gonna be well. And then guess what? The moment that it's not well. So let's just say, you know, you get there, you didn't set your atmosphere, you straight. Your
Right.
zen is all intact, right? And you show up and it's a whole bunch of chaos.
Right.
It's a whole bunch of foolishness going on.
So then, what do?
You grab your bag.
You fall into it.
No,
I'm
you-
playing.
Right, right,
You
Say
fall
it's on
into
and
it. Say
popping.
it's on and popping.
It's on
With
and
my
popping.
rubber
You gotta
band
call-
at.
you gotta make a phone call. You gotta
Right.
call some people.
Just playing.
Just play. No, what you do is, thank you so much for inviting me. I'm gonna go.
It's time to go home. Yeah, I got you. It's time to go.
It's time to go.
Okay.
It's time to go. Especially,
Okay.
you think, don't nobody know you better than you,
Yeah, that's true.
right?
But some people don't know themselves. You know, I
They know when they
realized.
temperature rising.
Yeah.
They know when they feel. They know when they feeling that other person. I know when I feel her.
Yeah, I know. I feel you on
Camille
that.
come
But some
knocking.
people are quick to. I guess maybe I should say some people are quick to anger.
But that's because they was already on that tip. They not setting their tone. They not setting. I'm talking about those of us who really working
know, yeah.
on our tempers. I'm
Yeah.
talking about those of us who's like we're really
Who
working
really understand?
on.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're really working on ourselves and our temperament, and we're really working on not being in that vein. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Right? So yeah, some of us, you know, we ain't working on ourselves. We feel ain't
Yeah.
nothing wrong with us, and we gonna stay angry, and we gonna stay mad, and we gonna stay on tip, and that's just what it's gonna be. And that's okay.
Can you ever show up in a spirit of excellence with that mentality? You think?
No,
Really?
no,
Not even one time?
no. How? You've already set an atmosphere. So everything gonna agitate you. Everything gonna get on your nerves. You're gonna complain about everything that's about to happen. So how can you operate in a spirit of excellence if you already coming in and you have an attitude? Your temperament is wrong. It's off. How? How can that work? It can't.
Okay. Stumped.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, you're right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Your good and your evil is fighting. It can't dwell in the same place. So you got to pick a side. Are you going to be angry today? Or are you going to be happy today? You going to be positive today? Or are you going to be negative today? Which one what vein we going to operate in? So you can't sit there and say, oh, I'm going to operate in the spirit of excellence, but then the whole time you packing up for it to go, they bet not have forgotten nothing. I'm going to be so pissed if I get there and they forgot this, or they forgot that, or, you know what I'm saying, this person didn't bring this, or this person didn't do that. If they don't show up on time, oh, this about to vex me for real. If that's what you're saying, then you're already setting the atmosphere.
Yeah.
So your spirit can't, how's it going to operate in the sense of excellence when it's not even thinking excellent before we got there?
Yeah.
We got to think this, right? And speak this before we even get to where we're going.
Yeah.
Right?
Can I just say
What?
that I really love my husband? That sounds way off topic, but let me tell you why.
Okay, tell me.
Because he is just like that, where he truly believes that nothing happens to him for a bad reason.
Amen.
He truly believes that. And it took some working on me, you know what I mean, to come around to that. But you're right, it is a practice.
It's a practice.
You have to constantly be reminding yourself of your blessings,
Yeah.
of what you're thankful for, of your vision. You have to constantly be reminding yourself of that, because it is easy to fall into that.
Yeah.
Depression.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Especially when we make bad decisions.
Right.
Yeah.
You stop trusting yourself.
Yeah. You stop trusting yourself. You stop trusting your judgment. You start ridiculing yourself. You start thinking that, because this is the trick, right? This is what the enemy plants inside of us. The first time we make a bad decision, and don't let it be financial.
Right.
Right?
Because then
don't let us mess up some
That's
money.
a big thing.
Right.
Right.
Well,
We thinking it is.
Well, the reason why I say that is too, especially when we're married.
Yeah.
Right? Because whatever you do in the marriage affects me. Whatever I do in the marriage will affect you.
Right.
Right. So when we're in marriage and we mess up money, or we do something, we make a bad decision, it really like bothers us.
Right.
It handicaps us.
Yeah.
It cripples us.
Yeah.
Right. So we have to get to a point to where we saying, listen, God bless me even with my bad decisions.
Right.
Right?
Yep.
He still covers me, even though I might have made a mistake, I did something wrong. That doesn't mean that I'm going to make wrong decisions all the time.
Right.
That doesn't mean that my discernment is going to be off on
Right.
every single decision from this point on. I made a bad turn this day.
Right.
Right? And dissect it. It could be because you had other stuff on your mind. It could be because you really wanted something to work. You could have just been putting your faith out there, and you've been like, well, God, I really want, but don't nullify the seed that you sown. What I found out is this: when I make bad decisions financially,
Okay.
right? If I sow a seed and I sow it with good intentions,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
It might not pan out to be a harvest from that investment.
Yes.
But I still get a harvest from it if I don't nullify what I sowed.
Huh.
So if I don't talk bad about it, if I don't down it, if I don't sit there and be depressed about it and cry about it, and so and say, you know what, God, I sowed that seed with good intention. I sowed that seed, thought that investment was gonna bring me back a harvest. He might not come the way I thought he was gonna come, but he gonna come.
So what you're saying is, I just want to make sure that people understand that what you're saying is to, like, if you make a bad decision, don't dog your decision, or don't dog what you did. So if you made a bad investment, I knew that was a terrible investment anyway. I should have known because of this person did it. And so that's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Don't do
that,
because essentially you're just putting that negativity out there
on your seed.
Yeah.
Even
though
I gave
your
it with
intent,
a pure heart. I gave it with a good mind. Now, if you gave it grudgingly in the first place, then I don't know why you seeking a harvest from it.
Yeah.
But if you gave it with pure intentions, if you gave it with a good heart, if you gave it with like, hey, yo, I'm going to help you out. If I get it back, I get it back. If I don't, I don't, whatever.
Okay.
If you sowed it with a good heart, God will bring you a harvest from it.
Okay.
It may not come from where you thought it was going to come from, but my God is coming.
That was good.
Amen.
That was really good, because
like I
it
said,
takes
that's
us
what
back.
I have learned.
Yeah.
Because I would beat myself up. Oh my goodness. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I would really beat myself up. I would tear myself down a lot when I made bad financial decisions.
Yeah.
When I messed up money, oh my God, I would be in a place.
Yeah.
And I had to learn to be like, but God always take care of me.
Right. That's money.
He always come through for
Right,
me.
yeah.
And then I have seen things where I've sown seed and it come back to me in a completely different way. And I was like, wait a minute. So you know what I'm saying? That 30,000 I put out there and thought I wasn't gonna get back. Oh,
Here it
okay.
come,
Here
yeah.
it come. And then it came back greater than what I put it out there.
Right.
So I'm like, amen. So that's when I learned that if I don't speak against the very seed that I sown, and I did it with a pure heart and good intentions, God gonna bless everything I put out there.
It sounds like what you're describing is what we're talking about is operating in the spirit of excellence.
Amen.
Then, so starting with a pure heart, leading with that, ending with that, and then even if it don't work, stay in that good space.
Saying that good thing. Say, well, I gave it with a good heart. It didn't pan out. Okay. Well, you know.
So from a generational perspective, do you feel like it's like that the younger generation sees things that way?
These kids are
These
dynamic.
kids.
These kids is dynamic.
They're dynamic,
And,
yeah.
and the reason why I say that is because their attitude of it's gonna be all right, it's all good. I love it. I love it. It almost takes us back to when we were kids. We didn't worry about certain stuff. We
Yeah.
acted in so much fearlessness. It
Yeah.
was crazy,
Yeah.
right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Can't nobody tell you couldn't do nothing.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I tell you to leap off these
I was
bikes,
about
you
to
be
say, I
like,
would jump.
You jumping.
And then I know that I'm a jump and I'm a roll.
Yup.
Even if that don't happen in my mind, I'm not gonna get hurt.
You still gonna jump,
exactly.
though, right?
Yeah.
But we get so stuck on, well, how far is the jump? Can we do this? Can we
Right.
do it? These kids nowadays, they jumping.
Yeah.
That's why they're building wealth a lot faster too. It's because they're willing to try. They willing to try. They willing to celebrate. They try. They willing to get out here and do it, whether
Yeah.
it mess up or not. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think more or less our generation is more or less like we embarrassed if we fail,
We the cautious ones.
so we don't want to try because we too scared to fail. Failure builds character. Failure lets me know if I fail at something, okay, I know where I went wrong. So don't mean I'm not supposed to do it. That just means that I know not to do it that way,
Right.
right?
Okay.
Or don't trust them people, or don't go this way route about it, right?
Okay.
So, but we're too scared. Half of us, we sitting on goals, and we sitting on dreams, and we sitting on visions, and we sitting on promises that God done gave us, and we're too scared to go after any of it.
So you're saying we're the self-sabotaging generation.
Amen.
We gonna sabotage
We're
some
gonna
stuff?
sabotage ourselves. And listen, and then even if we step out, and we put our faith, right? We put our faith out there. We don't do nothing but speak against it the whole time. As soon
And-
as you have one bad day,
Right.
you tearing down everything you done worked for the last 6 months.
Right.
Because of one bad day, because of
Yeah.
one bad week, you might have a bad month,
Right.
right?
Right.
You can have a bad year.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that God's vision isn't coming to pass. That doesn't mean this isn't going to happen.
Yeah.
That just means I had a bad day.
Yeah.
I done had a rough year. It's okay. Right? At least I'm trying. At least I'm putting my hands to something. It was a minister that was just in the house, and I love what she had said. She was visiting at our church, and she was like, "Y'all got to learn how to celebrate the try." Right? Peter got out on the boat to walk towards Jesus, right? He started sinking though because he got scared at everything he seen around him. But she was like, at least Peter got out the boat.
Right.
I said, well, sure enough.
Well, he did, didn't
He
he?
did, didn't he? Y'all ain't get out the boat.
Right.
So why y'all can't? What we
Right.
doing?
Yeah.
Yeah. And see, that resonated with me because I'm like, that's us.
So
We are
celebrate the
scared.
tries.
Celebrate the tries. At least I tried it. I at least try something. You know what I'm saying? If it don't work, it's okay. I tried it though. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Within reason, people. Now I ain't telling y'all to go do no crazy stuff. I'm saying within godly reason. Be like, I was watching that Sherry show and she told me to just go try. I ain't
You gotta
tell
say,
to
I ain't
try-
say that.
I ain't
She
tell you
ain't
to
say
try
that,
some- I ain't
y'all.
tell you to try certain
You know
stuff
she ain't
now.
say
I ain't
that.
tell you that. I ain't tell you that. Don't put them words in my mouth. No, but positive things that you want to do, things that's helping us get to the goal and get to our mega,
Yeah.
and get to that.
Okay.
Try it.
Yeah.
Right now, half the time we know what we supposed to be doing. God done already told us. Right? Yet we just don't want to do it. We scared. We keep talking about we don't have the money.
It's that
We
fear.
don't have the resources.
That's that fear.
We don't have this. We don't have that. So we just don't do it. But if we start moving towards something, why you think God won't bring provision?
Right.
If he gave you the vision, he gonna bring provision.
Yeah.
I promise. So even when
So it's a faith walk.
yeah, the spirit of excellence, you got to walk in faith. You have to. You have to. Because I can't be excellent without God.
Okay.
That's the only that's the only perfect, excellent example we have. Right? So how in the world am I going to get to a level of excellence without him? I can't. It's impossible. I can't. So I gotta be able to walk with him. I gotta be able to flow with him.
So the road of operating in the spirit of excellence is in the faith.
Is in the faith.
It's in your faith.
It's in your faith. It's in your faith. It's in your attitude. It's in your emotions. It's in what your emotions towards God. Right? I do stuff, and tell you the truth, I don't do stuff because it'll please you. I don't do stuff because it'll please my parents, my spiritual parents, my husband. I do stuff because it'll please God. So if I raise my hand to something and I say that I'm going to do something, and I say I'm going to, y'all like the rock and roll music in the backyard? Like for real. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Oh, he said, where's the dog?
The dog?
Oh, does he come out here?
I'm sorry, guys. Hold on one second. We are live, and he's asking about my dog. Okay.
He's in the house. Yeah.
We're taping. I'm sorry. So he's in the house.
It's
No
okay.
See what happens? Y'all on the golf course.
I mean,
Draco's
he should
very
be out
popular.
here. Draco is so popular.
He's very popular.
Yeah.
He's very known.
Let's bring
He's very
Draco
known.
out. Karsten, go get Draco. Y'all, he can't stand Draco.
He's so scared of Draco. Listen, you want to see somebody run across this thing?
Pitter patter. Listen, he'll jump up on this table so fast.
All day.
Oh, gosh. Okay, sorry.
Sorry, guys. This is what happens during
Yeah.
live shows
Yeah.
on the golf course,
Yes.
in the backyard. See what happens. I'm so sorry. Anyway, yeah.
Well, I forgot what you were saying.
I did too.
Let's
What was
bring
I
it
talking
back.
about?
We were talking about faith or operating in the spirit of faith. I'm sorry, operating in the spirit of excellence is directly connected to your faith.
Yes. But like I said, because you can't be excellent
Right.
without God.
Right.
So we need him to operate in this excellence.
Okay.
But of course we're not God. Right? So we're not perfect.
Right.
By any stretch
Right,
of the
right,
word,
right.
So, but that's okay. God is not asking for us to be perfect.
Right.
He's just asking us to have the right mindset and the right attitude towards what it is he's called us to do.
Yeah.
That's what makes it perfect for him.
Yeah.
Right? He's not asking for us to do everything right, make the best decisions, have the greatest discernment over every single thing that we doing, because we're not. We're human. We operate in our flesh. We operate with certain minds. This is why we need him. Right? So he's not going to ask us to do these things. That's not what's going to happen. What's going to happen is, as you grow closer to God, as you build your relationship with him, as you build your faith up in him, right? And as you practice more, I'm going to have a positive mindset. I'm going to only speak what thus says God says over my life. I'm going to learn how to control and operate my temper better.
Yeah.
The moment that you start to do that, the moment that you start to operate in that vein,
Yeah.
that's when your spirit of excellence will grow in each and everything that you do. So you're going to want to show up, and I'm going to want to be excellent for Jen, because Jen needs an excellent friend on her team.
Right.
Right?
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
I'm always going to want to give her the best sound advice. I'm always going to want to be there for her in the best light possible. Why? Because I'm operating the spirit of excellence. Now, does that mean I'm perfect? Does that mean I don't fuss, cuss, and act the fool sometimes? Yes, I do.
Yep,
I
know.
do.
Yep.
I'm not saying that I don't.
She do.
Yeah, I do.
No, I'm playing.
I do. Like in all fairness, I do. 'Cause
Yeah, I
I'm
understand.
Not perfect.
Yes, I get it.
It's a walk, and it's
Listen.
and sometimes
I'm with you.
You let the other side win. You be like, you know what? He might get this one today.
I know.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's a constant journey. It's a constant walk that we're
Yeah.
doing. But the thing is, it's just to stay the course.
Yeah.
Don't beat yourself up day in and day out when
Okay.
you get off course. Don't beat yourself day in and day out when you don't operate in the right vein
Yeah.
or the right mindset or whatever the case may be.
Okay.
Right?
It sounds like it takes some confidence for that, though. You know, that sounds like you gotta show up. Like you have to show up. You can't
But God will give you that confidence. Right? Because if you got confidence in him, see, one of the things my husband and I we feud on sometimes.
Okay.
Right? It's
Okay.
because my confidence in God
I'm
is
sorry.
just,
They wave.
my confidence in God is like, I don't know, universe. Like it's out of this world.
Yeah.
Like I believe at all costs he gonna show up for me.
Right.
I don't care how wrong I am.
Yep.
I don't care what stupid mistake I done made.
Uh-huh.
I don't care how bad I lost my temper.
Okay.
I don't care if I cussed off 14 people on the way over
Yeah.
here. Right?
Yeah.
When I get back in line with him,
Yeah.
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I go to God and I be like, okay, Lord, I let
This what I
man,
did.
this,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
He gonna show up for me.
Yeah.
He gonna show up for me. He gonna show out for me. He gonna forgive me. He gonna protect me. He gonna come save me. He gonna come bail me out. I got confidence like that.
Okay.
Because he be looking at me like, why did you sign up for this? Why did you do this? I'm
Yeah.
like, because I believe God gonna do it. And he be looking at me like, could you have put a disclaimer out there first? Like, I mean, did you check? And I be like, no.
You ain't just-
he told me to move and I
Right.
moved.
Yeah.
I felt it in my
It
spirit
felt
and
good. Right.
It felt good.
Right.
You know what I'm
It felt
saying?
like I was supposed. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And I have that much
Felt right,
confidence in him. Yeah. I follow his instructions. I will follow his lead.
Yeah.
And I know he don't steer me wrong.
Yeah.
And even if I misunderstood one of the instructions,
Yeah.
even if it was foggy and I thought I did the right thing and I didn't do the right thing, he loved me enough to come save me.
Yeah.
He loved me
Yeah.
enough to be like, my baby, that ain't what I told her to do.
Yeah.
She misunderstood that. Right?
Right.
Ooh, let me go fix this for
Yeah.
her. Let me go do this for her. So he does the same thing for me
Yeah.
all the time.
That was good.
That was good.
That was really, really good. So let's do some takeaways.
Okay.
What are
I don't even know what time it is, y'all. I'm just going. It's okay. I'm sorry.
It's winding down.
It's fine. Amen.
Okay, so operating in the spirit of excellence requires you to do what?
Operating in the spirit of excellence requires you to check your emotions,
Check them emotions, y'all. Okay.
spend more time with God,
Okay. Spend the time.
set your atmosphere before you go somewhere.
Drop them friends. If they ain't right for you, let them go, y'all. Okay.
Set your atmosphere though. Talk, speak, and think positive over each and everything you do. That's how you're going to want to operate in the spirit of excellence. Everything you do has a purpose to it. Nothing you do is in vain. Nothing you do. Everything you do, everything you put your hands to, every room you walk in, every person you talk to, God has designed it that way,
There's a plan.
right?
Yep.
So therefore, set your atmosphere
Yes.
and keep your mindset right. And keep your own mouth off your vision. In
Keep
a negative,
your own mouth off your vision in a negative way.
Yep.
You
So
have-
don't speak against the very seeds that you sowing.
What's that old line? Do you have nothing nice to say?
Don't
say
nothing
anything at all.
And sometimes we have to do that.
Yeah.
We got our dreams and we got our visions and we got them wrote down. Sometimes we just need to shut up.
Yep.
Shut up. Because we'll get frustrated
And
and
what
we'll get
if and
aggravated
what
and
if
we'll start diminishing the very vision that God has given us, and that's not the purpose.
Yeah.
And that's not the point of this thing, right? Right?
Yeah.
The purpose is we got to get to that vision. We got to get to that goal. So I need to only speak positive over it. I don't care how bad the day look. I don't care how funny the money look.
Right.
I don't care. I do not care. If he put it in my belly, it's going to be successful. Yeah.
That's good.
That's good.
Okay.
That's good.
Marry the vision, date the plan, and operate in the spirit of excellence.
In the spirit of excellence.
That was good.
That was good.
I appreciate
good
you.
with
I
this?
appreciate you.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you. So, guys, I hope y'all got something out of it today. We was sitting outside in the backyard.
I didn't get bit up.
You didn't get bit up today.
ain't nothing bite me.
I sprayed a lot of off on.
From
I think
head to
something
toe.
landed, but I don't think
I'm
it
pretty
bit
sure
me.
you was coughing too when you sprayed up.
I was like,
Yes.
I was trying to keep them off, right? I was trying to keep them off. Got sweet meat. So,
Yes.
guys, I thank y'all so much for tuning in with another episode from us. I just pray that you guys have an awesome week. We're actually going to be back live next week too.
Yes.
Yes, we're going to be back for our August show. So
Yep.
we're going to bless a business again
Next
in
week,
August.
yep, mhm.
Yeah, we're going to do that in August for our August live show next week. And let me see. Make sure you go over to the YouTube page, like, subscribe,
Yes.
comment, give us some boosts on there, bad boy, and everything else. We trying to do some amazing things over here in God's kingdom. So you know what I'm saying? Go ahead and make sure y'all support. Don't forget, y'all can always help me bless a business. If y'all want to, go over to the GoFundMe and put in just a little donation, and it will go a long way with us blessing each other's businesses. I have a great time blessing businesses.
Yeah.
I really do.
The business doesn't have to be local, right?
No, it don't
That
have to be
business
local.
can be anywhere.
Yes, it don't have to be local. It's some businesses I see in my timeline and
Yeah.
stuff like that too that God done dropped in my spirit that I'm
Okay.
gonna bless as well. But we're gonna
I
get
got
to
you.
that. We're
Okay.
gonna get to that.
Okay.
And if you want me to bless a business, or you know somebody whose business you would like me to bless, just inbox me on Instagram, on Facebook.
Even if it's not their business.
Even if it's not their business, hey, put somebody else's name in the hat.
Yeah.
Why not?
Okay.
Right? And let me see, what else? Did I cover all bases? Did I do everything?
I think you did.
I think I did. Okay.
Yep.
Well, I love y'all. I can't wait to see y'all next week on another live. I don't know if we're gonna be indoors, outdoors. I don't know where we're gonna be
You
at, y'all.
sinking. You are sinking.
I told you I was leaning to the left. Y'all getting the live show bloopers.
Literally.
It's okay.
Yes.
But yes. So
We'll be inside next time.
we're gonna be inside
Yeah,
next time.
I think so.
We gonna think so.
Yeah.
It's cool. Listen, however it
I
go,
ain't seen
I'm
no
down.
slither.
I'm down for it all. So I thank y'all for tuning in. I love y'all. God bless y'all. Talk to y'all soon. Good night. See y'all. Peace.